want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
So right now I'm just installing the drivers from the Dell website. They don't come on a disk because I guess I figure a lot of people don't have a disk drive and they don't want to give USBs because they're susceptible to damage very easily. So just as for the screen, I mean, there's a, I'm talking about the paper-like texture. I guess so. I mean, not paper, but I can tell you something. My actual monitor feels like paper. Like, so the question is and this is a Samsung monitor, just not touchscreen at all. It's no touchscreen, but I'm just saying the texture on it would have been perfect if I had it used on here. Again, my pen's not working yet because the drivers are still installing, but I'm just sort of playing around with the texture. But I guess maybe they use this texture because perhaps they're concerned about the nibs wearing out quickly. Because if I was on here, perhaps, you know, I'd be going through a nib a day. Alright, so maybe that's their reasoning. So, but it feels pretty good. It's comfortable. There's about half a millimeter of distance between the screen and the pen. I guess it's glass thickness or something like that, right? So
2,000 years later.
So right now I'm just installing all the programs and drivers for this thing. So got my coffee. I got other work I gotta do, so just see how this goes here. So not yet. That's the audio settings. I guess obviously I'm going to do a reboot or something like that. So my hockey puck. Well, one thing I noticed about this thing, the few reviews that say online that this thing just sticks to the screen. It does, right? But if you just go like this randomly, I mean, it's gonna slowly slide down. So it's probably taking about 5 minutes to get down to here. So, so you gotta, like, when you're using it, just think about it. Treat this thing like fragile crystal, right? So just, you know, when you're done with it, just put it down. Oh, it's so much for that idea. It's still sliding down. It's hit and miss. There it goes. I bet it has something to do with these pads here. So like, so I have all three lined up, these little dots, but if I go like this, yeah, I think it just depends on how I put it down. I guess it's just random. So just keep that in mind. So otherwise, when you're done and you go home for the day or whatever, you're going to wake up and this thing is going to be on the floor somewhere. So maybe have it out from your desk if you're worried about that, or put a pillow on the floor where you suspect this thing will land. So, okay, or buy an Amish hat. And, you know, just so when this thing goes like this, meow, and then you don't have to worry about it. So, okay, I'll put that right there.
You're flying. See what I mean, Patrick?
I have to say, Dell, this is a pretty nice box. Just wish you had to put a box inside a box, because I got these shipping labels all over the back of it. And, well, it's just a box, I know, but kind of, oh, I can peel them off maybe, very slowly. But this is a big friggin' box. I mean, I think 40-inch TVs have smaller boxes than this thing. So this is a 32-inch monitor, so And I'm 6'2", give you the idea of the scale. So, yeah, that's all I can say about that. So, Toad. So, got the drivers installed, I think, but still nobody's home. I'm not too sure. Mouse is obviously fine. Not getting any actions here, so I'm not too sure what do I do? You have software that's now ready to download? I thought I just, come on. I'm getting a message telling me I have to download software, but I thought I just selected download all. Oh. Okay, well, I don't like the sounds of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about why the computer's telling me I have stuff to download, and I just downloaded everything. So, maybe I just got desktop shortcuts. Why did it move everything down here? Display settings. That's kind of annoying. So this one is the main display. Yeah, for some reason it took all my icons and dropped them down here for some reason. And I'm not too sure why. Okay, you know what? I think this is one of those things where you're just gonna learn as we go along. You know, perhaps if it was all pre-set up and everything like that, it might actually be a bad thing. So we wouldn't figure it out on our own. So maybe it's just something we gotta learn. So, okay, I'm out of here. I'll figure this out.
We have technology.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I got the drivers finally figured out. You know what it was? It's kind of dumb. The instructions don't really show this properly, or I just wasn't paying attention, but the USB cable, you know, you don't just plug in the HDMI and power and away you go. There's an HDMI, sorry, USB cable has to be plugged in. I thought I plugged in over here because the ports matched it, nothing happened. So I plugged over here with the power. Felt kind of nervous, but I did it. So here we are. Everything works great. This touch screen is incredible. It's like the Surface Pro or the iPad Pro on steroids. Like, I opened up this program here. I got the puck working. See, that's it. So I mean, you can use it with your finger, however you prefer. So let's say you want to change the brush. So this is actually kind of neat. I'm left-handed, so it works out kind of nice. So if I put it right here, say I'm just. Oh, by the way, I didn't draw this. Oh shoot. Okay. Let me put it here. Okay, that's the only drawback, I guess, because you're using up screen territory. But anyways, it's not bad. And if you're working over here, so I mean, if you're just drawing some lines, you can sort of like adjust your line thickness, right? So if you can see that or not, but I mean, let's say if I want to bring it down, obviously there's print pressure, but if I just want to bring it right up, you know, nice thick lines. All right. So eraser. There's a few little buttons in here. I'm still trying to figure out. Here's a zoom in and out. So you just sort of toggle this with your finger, I think. Can't figure out the undo. Wait, oh, there it goes. That's the undo. See, I'm undoing, redoing. So like I just did all this crap here, so I'm just undoing it now. Oh yeah, it's like totally undoing everything I did for the last, you know. Great, that's handy. Look, it's so precise. It says 2.4%, so if I just go back like that, so okay, then a brush. So let's go back here. So sometimes, I mean, you know, if you just use this when you want to undo something, it's handy. Just put it over here, and you can just do that. All right. So, oops, my brush. Okay. Let's try a blank screen. Okay, try a blank canvas here, right? So, just use green so you can see it, or maybe I'll go red. So it's nice and bright. Oh, it's more of an Indian red, so it's that guy on the Muppets. Anyways, it's pretty simple actually. I can use a finer line here. It's super fine, so like hairline, let's use it black. So I mean, I can actually toggle it as I'm going, right? So I'm just doing very fine hatching like that, right? It's handy if you want to go thicker as you go along, let's say, right? So this puck idea, I actually think it's a great idea, actually. I mean, it's the next evolution in a mouse. I don't believe in evolution. I know I said that word, but anyways. So yeah, this is a conventional eraser too. You can use a very fine line eraser, or very thick, alright? So it's very handy, I have to tell you. And it's a Wacom, not a knockoff. It's just Dell is using Wacom software, but this touch interface is perfect. So I mean, it's about, see, it was cheaper than the Wacom, only because it was on a sale. I got it in Canada. Luckily, I didn't have to get through the States because I didn't have to pay duties. But yeah, this is great.
I'm shrinking! No! Please don't hurt me!
So next few videos, I'm going to probably transfer some of my artwork projects over from my other computer to here, and I got my Surface Pro, which I'll still use on the road. That sounds kind of funny, but just when if I have a thought and I'm off somewhere else. But yeah. So anyways, that's it. I mean, so I would say that this computer here is going to be my dedicated art studio, and obviously that one will be my bread and butter for my architectural design services. You know, God willing, I can maybe this will open up some doors for me and I can pursue artwork full time. Anyways, later on I'll produce some more videos because I'm all inspired and excited right now. So I will get back to you on that and give you more of an update on this unit and show some projects as I go along. I am still going to stick to drawing traditional ink drawings, and I'll use this for coloring, and maybe I'll try doing a few line drawings with this, but I like doing my ink drawings on paper and then digitizing them, and then I'll use this for coloring like I was doing with the Surface Pro, but I think I'll get a lot higher quality with this just because I can see everything bigger and better, and it's a little bit lower resolution than the Surface Pro, I think, or about the same, 2K I guess, but this obviously is bigger, so that's great. Got to get one, okay? If you can, do it. Save up your milk paper route money, whatever. Don't mortgage your house. Don't gamble. Hey, if you're short on cash, this is what you do. Buy a Toyota Prius, which is what I did, and you'll save money on gas, and the money you save, use it to buy one of these, and you know, cut back on bad habits and use the money from that to buy one of these things or whatever. So, okay, thank you. Bye.